Hello, so this is our experience with the Panasonic Design Challenge. I'm Lucas.
I'm Spencer.
I'm James.
And then here's our general contents. We're going to start off with our product overview, then we're going to talk about solutions that we went through, and then we're going to have some final notes at the end.
Our task at hand was to create a rover that would maneuver through the Panasonic course and go through earthquake scenarios.
Okay, and then here's our general requirements. This includes the size and several other requirements that are stated. If you want to read that.
All right, so we designed different solutions for the chassis, the control box, the claw, and the wheels separately. There were multiple different design ideas going into those designs. It was pretty difficult to choose a best solution overall from them. So for example, with the chassis, we initially came up with 3 different designs. As number 1, you see there's basically just a simple flat-based design. It should be number 2. On the bottom of that is a variation of that with extensions for the front wheels. And number 3 is a bit more complicated version of like a box-shaped design. We actually ended up building those 2 designs, the extended front wheel design and the box-shaped design, to test out in the real world instead of just on paper how they would perform. And based off of that, we chose the box design because it was far more compact, it was much easier to mount the claw on top of it, and the walls provided a better option for gearing down further the motors. It was also much more sturdy because it was built with pine wood instead of just balsa wood. So one of the major iterations that it went through was that we took the roof off because we had to mount the claw, and this was the best way to do it. Taking off the roof, as you can see here, also allowed the claw to swing backwards like so, which is a great extra feature to have. We also placed the motors horizontally, as you can see here, to generate higher torque and create a more manageable speed. So the final plans for the finals will be that we'll be making it out of plywood. It'll be longer to add more stability, especially when going up the inclined plane. And it'll be geared down even further, probably for more torque, probably a 27:1 or even 81:1 ratio. Also, we'll be powering both the front and back wheels instead of just the back wheels like we did in the preliminaries.
At first, we tried to find materials that were light and sturdy, so we chose balsa wood. We add rubber bands around it to add grip, and on the right here, we have our first iteration. So we realized that balsa wood dents really easily, so we ended up using maple wood to make it more sturdy, and we glued rubber band strips to the sides to add more grip, and we drilled holes in the wheel to lessen the weight. We switched to plywood rings and Lego axles. And here's our evolution of our wheels. We started with balsa wood, and then we started with balsa wood with rubber bands, and then we went on to maple with rubber bands, then plywood rings with rubber bands, and Lego spokes. So for our engineering principles, some of them were we drilled holes in the wheels to make it lighter, we added rubber bands to increase the grip, and increased the width to increase the surface area and increasing traction. We used the ring shape for a large momentum of inertia, and it allowed for a better control of our wheels.
And then for the control box, originally when we were thinking of design, we looked at several different popular gaming controllers such as an Xbox controller or the Uia. But for our main design for this, we've seen what was most comfortable for us. And then also, we decided to create it out of balsa wood in the beginning, and we cut out these holes in the side so we can fit our fingers in easily so we can have good control. And then, on top of that, we decided to cut it in half so that we could have easy access to both the wiring and the batteries. But because we did that, we had to add these strips of cardboard on the back so that we could have for hinges, and then we also added this rubber band here in the front so that we could fasten it closed, like so. And then also for the inside, for the batteries, in the end we decided to run them in series so we'd have more power. But running them in series took up more space than originally anticipated, so it did make it a little cramped inside the box. As you can see how it's kind of hard to close this point. But for our final, we decided that we're going to use 1/4" plywood, and also use the same general shape, but make it slightly larger to accommodate the batteries in series. And then for our engineering processes, principles, we first decided, for the batteries in particular, we decided to do it in a 1:1 ratio from the battery to the motors.
30 seconds,
to the motors, and then we did it in parallel to save energy, but then we realized that we need more power, so we ran it in series so we can get an inclined planes.
All right, so with the claw, we came up with 2 main designs. There was the disc pushing tri-finger design, as you can see as number 1, and the mandible design, which is a more traditional approach. We ended up choosing the round disc pushing design because it was far more powerful, compact, it had a wide radius of operation, and it was able to grip the object from all 3 sides. It was also much more unique a design than just the traditional mandibles. We paired this with the Festo fin grippers as fingers. It was an easy choice for this.